Gotham is dead. Not just the crime, not just the corruption. Dead. As in crawling with the undead. Slow, relentless walkers spill through the streets, the kind you've seen in The Walking Dead. But here, they're being led by Joker himself. And in this nightmare, Batman is alone. Alfred has turned. Robin is nowhere in sight. The Batcave, overrun. The Joker, still breathing. And worse, he's leading some. But this isn't just about vengeance. This is about survival. Because even the world's greatest detective can't fight a war against the undead if he starves first. So today, we ask the question, can Batman survive a zombie apocalypse? Let's find out here on the Zombie Survival Archive. For this scenario, we're dealing with post-crisis Batman, the iconic Bruce Wayne from DC's New Earth continuity, operating in his prime during the late 80s through the 2000s, the version written by legends like Grant Morrison, Jeff Loeb, and Paul Dini. This Batman is in peak human condition in every measurable way. Genius intellect, master of 127 martial arts, and has gadgets for days. The man who once took down the entire Justice League with nothing but prep time and sheer will. This is the Batman who can bench press 1,000 pounds and deadlift over twice his own body weight. And this needs to be reiterated, with ease. A body and mind forged from decades of training, obsession, and a lifetime of fighting the worst Gotham could throw at him. But this time, it's not Bane, it's not Ra's al Ghul, or the Joker. Well, somewhat. It's the dead. And in this alternate Gotham, Alfred is gone, turned into one of them. The Batcave itself has been overrun, its shadows crawling with the infected, led by one of Batman's most dangerous enemies, now twisted, reanimated, and controlled by the Joker. For this outbreak, we're dealing with the classic walkers, the slow, relentless kind, straight out of The Walking Dead. They don't run, they don't climb, they don't think, but they never stop. These zombies shuffle forward, jaws snapping like your ex, arms reaching. They're drawn to noise, light, and movement. Fire a gun without a suppressor, slam a door too hard, you've just rang the dinner bell. 1 or 2 is nothing, but Batman knows it's never 1 or 2. They can't sprint, but they will outlast you. And the second you slip, they'll remind you why the world ended. With Alfred turned, no Robin, and no backup in sight, Batman's got one mission: survive long enough to find a cure. But first, he'll need to follow the 3 rules of survival: food, water, and shelter/defense. So let's break them down. Let's start with food and water. Gotham's in ruins. Grocery stores are looted. Supply drops are long gone. And Batman, he's living off emergency caches he had hidden around the city. High-calorie ration packs meant for prolonged urban operations. He can last a few weeks without needing to scavenge. But when the supplies run low, he'll have to go topside, navigating a city where every noise could bring a swarm. Luckily, the man doesn't exactly eat like a king. High protein, no frills. He's efficient. And his suit recycles water. Not perfectly, but enough to stretch for an extra few days. But nothing lasts forever. And when that moment comes, even Batman has to face one terrifying fact: he's not immune. Peak condition or not, he's still human. If he slips up, if contaminated water or spoiled food hits his system, it won't matter how many black belts he has or that he can bench 1,000 pounds. Infections just don't care about prep time. He might fight it off longer than most, but the fever, dehydration, and weakness will come. And in a world where walkers never stop, slowing down is just another way of dying. The Batcave isn't just compromised, it's desecrated. The place built to outlast Gotham's worst became a mausoleum with the Wi-Fi. Joker funneled the herd through the old limestone tunnels and left a laugh track echoing off the dinosaur's spine. You don't sleep where the dead learned your address, so Batman moves like weather. Tonight, it's the GCPD rooftop, not for nostalgia, but because the ladders are gone, and the bat signal shell makes a decent windbreak. Tomorrow, the clock tower. After that, the Wayne Tech R&D annex that still smells like ozone and bad ideas. He never stays in the same place 2 nights in a row. Predators that get predictable becomes dinner. He treats the city like a chessboard no one else can see. Tripwires on stairwells with cans full of screws that rattle if a zombie so much as brushes past. Sonic lures he can trigger from blocks away to drag a swarm in the opposite direction. Fire traps when he wants to make a point, and maybe roast a few in the process. He's turned Gotham into a playground where he's the only one that knows the rules. Problem is, the longer you stay in one spot, the faster those rules stop mattering. And while zombies are predictable, the people who are still breathing, not so much. The desperate, the paranoid, the ones who think they're in charge just because they've got a gun and 3 followers. Batman's learned the hard way, saving everyone is a good way to save no one. So he stopped trying. Now he saves resources, not people. Alfred is gone. The one man who grounded Bruce Wayne, who could cut through the bat voice and remind him he was human, is now just another body in the crowd. And Batman couldn't do it. He couldn't end him. That failure sticks. It slows him down in ways he'll never admit. He speaks less now, sleeps even less. His nights are patrols that never really end, bleeding into mornings where the sun feels more like an interrogation lamp than light. When he does stop, it's to mark the city. Chalk bat symbols on cracked walls, coded warnings carved into door frames, hidden supply stashes left for survivors he might never meet. It's part hope, part habit. A way to pretend Gotham isn't completely gone. But make no mistake, Batman isn't just wandering aimlessly. Every night is data collection. He's watching how the zombies move in heat versus cold, timing how long it takes them to lose interest in the noise, collecting tissue samples from infected he's already immobilized, careful not to end their undeath, and testing small chemical mixes in the ruins of Wayne Tech labs. Every fight, every escape, every close call, it's all logged in that mind of his. He's not thinking about saving the world yet, not until he knows he can survive in it. Because the truth is, if Batman falls, the cure falls with him, and in Gotham, there's no one left to pick up where he left off. So for now, the mission isn't win, it's don't lose. And if you've been around Batman long enough, you know he's very good at not losing. Don't forget, Joker's still alive. Nobody knows how, and Batman isn't wasting calories wondering. But somehow, the clown has turned the apocalypse into his personal stage. It's not enough for Joker to survive, he has to perform. He hijacks empty TV channels, running contests where desperate survivors play for food and lose. He rigs buildings with tripwire fireworks just to watch the infected swarm like moths to a bonfire. And then there's his ace, a zombified Bane. The thing is a walking demolition crew. Before Gotham went completely under, Joker had one last canister of his toxin. He used it on Bane right after the infection took hold, just enough to make him follow orders without restoring any humanity. The gas lingers in his system, wired to Joker's voice through a cracked walkie, making him the only special infected in Gotham. Joker sends him crashing into safe houses, scattering survivors so the horde can do the rest. And every time, Joker's laughter cuts through the static like a rusty blade. Batman could take the shot, end it from a distance, but he won't. The rule stands. No killing, even if it means Bane keeps wrecking what's left of the city. So instead, Batman adapts. He doesn't chase Joker anymore. He lets the clown broadcast, lets him think he's winning, and when the signal's just about to peak, Batman cuts it. Not a trace, no warning. Like Joker's little show never happened. Because here's the thing, vengeance can wait, survival can't. And in Gotham, the real joke is that the longer Batman lives, the more Joker's going to hate it. The city's quieter now, but it's not peace. It's the kind of silence that means something big is coming, and Batman knows exactly what it is. Bane, Joker's last chess piece, still juiced up on that single canister of toxin, still following every twisted command. Batman's not looking for a fight, he's looking for an opening. So he draws Bane out, one rooftop at a time, leading him into Gotham's old water treatment plant. The same place where Batman once dismantled Scarecrow's fear toxin operation. This time, the target isn't fear, it's the virus. The plan's insane, even for him. He's going to take a live sample from Bane's infected tissue, synthesize an antibody, and test it on captured walkers. It's risky, it's time consuming, and if Bane lands even one hit, Batman's spine will need a miracle instead of a chiropractor. The fight's brutal. Every hit from Bane feels like getting hit by a small car, the kind you see in parades. Except instead of clowns driving it, there's one laughing in the background. But Batman adapts. He uses the plant's catwalks to keep his distance, dropping steel beams and rusted machinery until Bane's slowed just enough to be pinned under debris. From there, it's all science and grit. He has scratched the tissue, works by lamplight, and for days, the plant becomes a one-man lab. Walkers pound at the gates. Joker's broadcasts taunt him non-stop. But slowly, formula by formula, the cure takes shape. Weeks later, when the first cured test subject blinks at him, human again, terrified, Batman allows himself one quiet moment, not a smile, not relief, just the knowledge that Alfred wouldn't have wanted him to stop fighting. The cure is real. Mass production will take time, distribution will take longer, and Gotham is still a nightmare. But there's hope, and in a world like this, hope is more dangerous than any weapon in the Batcave. So, could Batman survive the zombie apocalypse in Gotham? Yes, but it wouldn't be clean, not even for him. But it is the Batman. With the Batcave lost, resources dwindling, and Joker turning every safe house into a horror show, even Batman would be running on fumes. He'd last because he's Batman, the man who can bench 1,000 pounds, outthink the Justice League, and turn a busted radio into a citywide surveillance system. But the constant fights, the mental strain, and the fact that he won't kill means the threats never truly disappear. But still, in the Zombie Survival Archive universe, survival isn't about perfection, it's about making it to the next day. And Batman, he's mastered that art. So final score, 9 out of 10. We docked 1 point for refusing to kill when it could save lives, but honestly, it's the stubbornness that keeps him human. So in this world, the Dark Knight doesn't just survive, he finds a cure, not because it's easy, but because he's the one person crazy enough to try. And if you think the undead were his biggest problem, just wait until Joker figures out he's been outplayed. If you like this special edition crossover, there's plenty more chaos where that came from. Check out the other survival breakdowns in the Zombie Survival Archive. And if you want to see how real people, not just legends, will handle the apocalypse, hit that subscribe button, because this is the Zombie Survival universe, where survival is never guaranteed, but it is archived. Thank you for watching our videos. We really appreciate it.